Hilal Ahmed, this is increasingly turning out to be a two-horse race or bipolar contest. As far as Mayawati is concerned, she is completely missing in action. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra did try to create some buzz, but the question is, where are you? Where is the Congress? What is your vote base? Are you really even in the race now?
I think we are very much in the race as far as this election is concerned, UP election is concerned. You see the difference between the parties. What Samajwadi Party and BJP is talking about. They are talking about the combinations, whether they have got the caste combination or not, whether they have got the combination based on the religion. They are not talking about the unemployment, which is rampant in the Uttar Pradesh. They are not talking about the inflation, which has really broken the back of the common people. They are not talking about the farmers who are really reading under the atrocities of the government. They are not talking about the 50% of the population, which is to be empowered. They don't care about all these things, and the Congress is the only party which is talking about the
कौन से चुनाव में ये सब मुद्दों पर वोट पड़ा है? वो among many issues हो सकता है, but UP, Bihar and a number of states vote on caste lines. We cannot forget that. While you are raising questions which should be discussed, which becomes relevant, but I think India has moved beyond Bijli Sadak Pani and is talking about other aspects, and that is where the BJP may fit in. What about aspirations? When it comes to aspirational India, where are other political parties? Very many may say that the BJP is a party where they are able to find an answer to aspiration. Nirja Chaudhary, I'm trying to understand again. The alliances on both sides are very, very clear now. The BSP is nowhere to be seen, except Satish Chandra Mishra, who is making some odd comments every now and then. Mayawati occasionally tweets. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra may have put out a list of 125 candidates. That may be all right. But the question here is that are we looking at core issues, and do core issues always get subsumed in the larger narrative of caste in UP? Isn't that a reality?
Look, I would say this time...
we cannot say that every time the elections will be contested and won only by the caste and religious issues. The manner in which the Uttar Pradesh people are looking up at the political parties, the kind of adversaries, the kind of atrocities which Uttar Pradesh people are passing through, I don't think that after this corona, after the failure of the government, and just talking
but the question is that whatever you may be communicating has to be communicated through a group of people who are your cadre. The cadre of the Congress party doesn't exist on ground in UP. That's a reality, and you know it very well. Nirja Chaudhary, respond to my question.
I contest you of this allegation.
Okay, all right. Nirja Chaudhary.
If we don't have cadre, then from where the people are coming in the rallies of Priyanka Gandhi ji, from where the people are coming for the marathon, from where the people are coming and filling up the stadiums and madans of Uttar Pradesh. So
Hilal Ahmed, you made your point. Nirja Chaudhary now, please. Yes, Nirja.
On the face of it,
yes, go ahead, Nirja. Yes.
On the face, now it's looking like, on the face of it, a Mandal versus Mandir election again. And this is 30 years down the line. Now, I would say Mandal is there, but the issues hurting the people are economic. Livelihood, prices, and particularly, as one is getting feedback, the second wave of COVID really has hurt people a lot, much more than the BJP gives credit for. Now, the mobilization is around caste. So it is that, as I said, the Rainbow Coalition on Samajwadi Party's side, the Muslim, Yadav, MBC, which Akhilesh Yadav is now breaking into, and Jats are unhappy in Western UP, Gujars are unhappy in Western UP, the Sikhs are unhappy in Western UP. So these smaller communities are getting added to it. BJP is responding with the old Mandir. Yogi Adityanath is going to contest from Ayodhya. Prime Minister inaugurated the corridor in Kashi as one of the big projects before the Model Code of Conduct came into being. Then you have other leaders talking about reviving Mathura. So I think it's going back to its old tried and tested things that have got itself vote. Now, I would say here again,
Okay.
I would put a note of caution.
Neerja, I'm just trying to understand. While I understand the point being made by you about, Mandal versus Mandir, are you not discounting what the BJP has achieved in the last few years, in which they have emphasized on bringing together caste as well? The fact that there is an Apna Dal, which is an alliance of the BJP, and also the Nishad Party.
I was going to add that. Allow me just two sentences.
I would like to add this.
Maria, can I just finish what I was saying?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Let me just finish that.
Shazia, I'm going to come to you. Let Neerja Chaudhary finish her point. Neerja Chaudhary finish her point.
The point I was making was this. You know, the BJP has cut into the OBCs in a major way. And it pulled a huge chunk, 60 to 70% last time of the OBCs voted for it. And even if that slumps to half the figure of last time, it's still a very large figure. So the contribution of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi was to, widen the base of the BJP. The second thing the BJP has going for it is the huge, well-oiled election machinery, which comes in handy to cover the last mile. So that is why I say, where the sentiment shows that there is unhappiness, deep unhappiness, there are other things still going for the BJP, which had done very, very well last time.
Okay. Shazia, respond to this.
The channel who are speaking in one language, and you have one person from the BJP, and you're not giving even the time accorded to one person, to one side, which is me. And I think I totally disagree. I totally disagree with what Neerja ji had to say. I think we've come far beyond Mandir and Mandal politics. While she has merrily cherry-picked some of the inaugurations, she has very smartly and carefully not mentioned the various projects and schemes and medical colleges and schools which have been inaugurated, and the highways, and whether it's Jewar. So, it's very convenient to mention Mathura, which was always part of the sentiment that we respect. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to sheer development, Awas Yojana, jobs given, which is 5 lakhs in 4.5 years, compared to 2.5 in the last 10 years by the two governments. When it comes to kilometrage of roads and highways, which is 3 times more in 4.5 years than the last 15 years. When it comes to just the sheer number of schools and medical colleges, when we look at the airports, so I think people want to look at things a certain way. Some of these journalists have just practiced using the name of caste a certain way, VP Singh's time, and they just can't go beyond that. So politics has changed, and for people who are beneficiaries of these various yojanas,